Turn it back to Coppin State in the fall softball season here, at least for 45 days. Gino Olivieri, our old pal, and our old police officer for upstate New York and Rochester, who now in his 4th year as the head softball coach over at Coppin State, and also hiring some new coaches. You got the girls out there hitting it around. Gino, welcome in. It's got to be more fun to watch your practice at this point than to watch the Orioles, for me at least, right?
Yeah. Well, thanks for having me. I appreciate it.
There's more hope, I think. I didn't know that you guys had practice time this time of year. And I guess when you think of spring sports, or I know that there's spring football practice, right? Everybody knows that before
Right.
the fall. But we don't think about the other sports. But you do get an opportunity when hurricanes aren't coming through to at least get out there and hit it around a little bit, right?
Yeah, that's true, and it gives me. I have 13 freshmen I signed and brought in this fall.
Wow!
So it's a great time for me to evaluate because, after Christmas break they get back into January, and we start playing in February. You don't get a lot of time to evaluate. So this is a great time to evaluate on the grass and dirt, like you say, whenever there's not a hurricane coming through.
I don't know how you guys do it. Like, I don't know the fruit fly. I've never followed a coach around at your level, at your kind of a sport, or anywhere, quite frankly, to see the recruiting that goes in and how it's done at a smaller level where, I know how Maryland recruits. They have people who do it. They have a bunch of them, At your level and at your sport, the recruiting part of this, I am always blown away, at Coppin especially, and I'm new to Coppin over the last 2 seasons, and we will have the basketball games on. You can always learn more at CoppinStateSports.com. But how many of these kids aren't from here across the board, across the sports, and how hard it must be to find and recruit. And I know everyone wants a scholarship and whatnot wherever, and parents are working on that, and there's a whole placement thing involved in all of that. But just by how many states are represented in the Coppin State athletic department, right?
Oh yeah, I couldn't even tell you how many states. Even with my team, I have them all over the country. Yes, I would say 50% are from California. I have Nevada, Arizona, state of Washington, then the Carolinas. You come back east to Carolinas, I have one from Illinois, New York, Jersey.
I think people would be shocked by that, right? Like just a rank and file Baltimore sports fan would say, and probably the same thing at Towson, any of the places around here, but specifically you guys in getting to feel it out. I mean, Hawaiian baseball players, and I know the baseball program's done real well as well. For you at your level, what are you, when you're looking to recruit and recruiting in places where I guess all the top schools are in California and Arizona? That's where kids are playing ball 12 months a year, right?
Yes, and I guess what I look for, and my style is maybe a little different, I don't know, but of course, the athletic ability. Once I see the athletic ability, then I want to get to know the kid, and I want to see what their grades are, especially with APR and everything else going on with the NCAA. You want to bring in talented kids on and off the field to take care of business in the classroom.
Well, this is good. You get to hit it around. The Hurricanes don't help the softball program, do they?
No, that doesn't help at all. No, it's pretty frustrating.
Well, yeah, and I talked to Sherm about that a lot too, because you guys model each other on the baseball and the softball side. Boy, you guys have to start your schedule so early, and it's so aggressive, and the weather plays such a factor. Last thing you want is Hurricanes wiping out the fall, right?
Yeah, because we were supposed to play George Mason this Saturday, and things would be, as far as rescheduling or whatever. But we have we're allowed 8 games in the fall, and I schedule all 8, to try to get as much, again, evaluation from these players in the fall that I brought in and see how their chemistry is with the returning players.
You probably get a different level of energy this time of year too, right? I mean, I've talked to everybody at Coppin about this, that in real life there's no back to school. I mean, maybe the first Ravens game or the first Orioles game or something like that, but back to school there's an energy and a pep about it that I'm sure keeps a guy your age a little young, right? I mean, that's something about being around any college campus, right?
I'm really excited this year. I really am, and just with the way the girls are gelling, the chemistry, and the new blood that come in, it's just a great atmosphere, and it's real exciting. You're right. I'm really pumped up for this fall.
You pumped up for football season too as an old football player?
Oh gosh, as an old football player, yes, I'm pumped up. I watched the game last night. I watched the Packers game the other. I love college ball too. I'll watch college ball all day. So, yeah.
Well, hey, even the Jets fans are happy, at least for a couple of days. So, life is good for them. You a Bills guy? Or, what's your team?
No, I was with the Lions for 2 years, so I'm still a Lions fan.
Well, then I kicked you low there with the Jets comment. I apologize for that.
Yeah, I know. You got me good. I thought
Matt Stafford's gotten a lot of coaches fired, man. Yeah, I'm going to be honest with you. So I'm a little concerned out there. Gino, always good to check in with you, man. We'll check you out, and I know you got a schedule all set up for next spring. We'll have that up there soon up at CoppinStateSports.com.
Sure. Thank you very much.
You got it. Gino Olivieri, who one time 20 years spent in the force up in Monroe County, up in Rochester. Now with his 4th year of coaching softball over at Coppin State. You can learn more at CoppinStateSports.com. We'll have them on the air this year for all things basketball as well. I am Nestor, nasty at WNST.net. Finds me Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, Snapchat, Instagram, anywhere we stream. You can find us out in the BioToyota.com audio vault. We are WNST.net, AM 1570, and WNST, Towson, Baltimore, and we never stop talking Baltimore sports.